I got a knock on my door. Two very lovely young women, probably in their late teens or early 20s, came upon my threshold and said, "Would you like to come to temple with us? We are a church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints." And in my hindbrain, I was thinking, well, if you guys want to come in and be my wives right now. But no, I calmed myself down and I said, now let me preface this. I am spiritual, but I am not religious. Okay? I was born with a certain knowledge on my spirit, and I have a radar for truth. Now, using that radar, utilizing it, I have educated myself with all of the major religions' texts. So, mythology cannot sway me. And if you want to come and like politely discuss morality or what it means to be a walking spirit or existing within the confines of, you know, a monkey mind, then I'll have a polite discussion with you, you know. And if you buy me a beer, then I'll totally do that. But no, these women came proselytizing. Okay. So my task now is how do I, number one, demonstrate my knowledge, but number two, not offend the sensibilities of these women, and number three, how do I get them to question their own reality? So I said, okay, so the Bible, you guys believe in the Bible? And she goes, yes. And I said, and then you believe in the Book of Mormon? And she said, of course. I said, okay. So if we go to the Bible, if you can quote me Genesis chapter 6 right now, then I'll go to temple with you. And they kind of shook in their boots. They were like, well, we don't know the Bible that well. And I said, and it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became the mighty men which were of old, and the men of renown. Now the first thing they said was, what did you just say? And I said, that's in your Bible. Don't you read your Bible? You're coming out trying to get me to come to see your stuff, but you're not reading your own book. And they said, no, 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 what did you say? And I said, about what? And they said, no. And I said, the Nephilim. And they were like, well, what's that? And I'm like, well, the literal translation is basically a half-breed. And they're like, well, what else did you say? And I said, well, Elohim. And they're like, well, what's that? And I'm like, okay, do you have like a piece of paper and a pencil? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay. And I wrote down Elohim, I wrote down Yahweh, and I wrote down Nephilim. And I'm like, go do your homework. And they walked away scratching their heads, and hopefully they learned something. Hopefully they learn not to go upon somebody's threshold unless you're armed with knowledge.